Well, students around the country are planning to walk out of classes tomorrow in a demonstration over guns and school safety. And some Western New York students plan to join them.
And Channel 2's Jeff Preval has been talking to districts, and Jeff, districts have a reminder to all students tomorrow, right?
Yeah, hi there, Scott and Mary Alice. Definitely through these parent letters that a lot of districts have sent to families, letting students know to assemble peacefully and to not walk out of school, and that if they do, that they could be disciplined. A lot of them are allowing some form of protest and remembrance of the 17 victims of the Parkland, Florida shooting. Niagara Falls, Newport, Williamsville, and Cheektowaga Central are just some of those schools we've heard from that are allowing walkouts by high school students. However, many districts say that they've spoken to students in middle schools and elementary schools and will either have a moment of silence or nothing at all. Now, if any of these students leave school or leave class when they're not supposed to, they could get anything from a verbal warning to a suspension.
We're counting on compliance from our students. If, in fact, a student or a couple of students decide to defy the rules of the school, they'll be treated accordingly with this code of conduct and the discipline that is appropriate for what they do.
Now, the national walkout is scheduled for 10 in the morning, and students who are walking out of class are being asked to not walk out of school for safety reasons and to gather in the school auditorium or some other location inside the school so that students can have their free speech there. Now, students are planning to have a moment of silence for the 17 victims, and we have heard from many schools that they'll actually read the names of the victims as well. Then they'll go back to class, and while that's happening, teachers, Scott and Mary Alice, they will be continuing to teach. And this, of course, is an optional thing for students to protest. It's not something that's mandatory.
Right. And Jeff, I hear that a lot of these demonstrations are really more like ceremonies where they've got like a structure of what they want to do, specific plans.
And I'd say probably the most elaborate there is in Niagara Falls. We've heard that the police department, they're actually even going to lay a wreath honoring the 17 victims. And we do have a question about the walkouts when they do happen. Are there any First Amendment concerns? If students that were told that they could not previously walk out, what if that happens? We're going to look into that at 6 o'clock.
No question they are active this year about this.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a huge movement, and there's actually more walkouts that are expected later this year.
All right, look forward to your 6 o'clock report. Thank you, Jeff.
And we certainly hope you can join us tonight at 11 o'clock. We're going to have a special extended conversation about tomorrow's walkout and what local high school students want you to know about school safety. Mary Alice and I were able to speak with a great group of students from the National Federation for Just Communities. We hope you can find the time to watch the conversation in our Two on Your Side original. Once again, that's tonight here on Channel 2 at 11.